As if the 200 plus effects that ship with After Effects weren't enough, After Effects actually includes a series of third-party plugins with every version of After Effects, and the plugins included with the current version, After Effects CS5, are just astounding. Let's first talk about the cycore collection. Go to the Effects and Presets panel and type in CC, and you will see a list of effects, and actually I'll just go ahead and press the tilde key to maximize this panel. You can see these effects that start with CC. All of these effects are part of the cycore collection. These ship with After Effects CS5 free of charge. And one of the reasons I want to point these out to you in this movie is that a lot of you that maybe work for government agencies or go to a school, a lot of times these third-party effects that come with After Effects, they are a separate installation. And so oftentimes when you have like an IT department that's doing your installations for you, they will miss this. So if you have the power and authority, you might want to go back to whoever's in charge at whatever institution you're at and make sure that they install the cycore effects as well as the other effects I'll be showing you in this movie, because a lot of times people miss out on these and there's a lot of really juicy stuff here. I'll go ahead and hit the tilde key to unmaximize that. Generally speaking, the cycore effects do a lot of cool tricks, and generally they render very fast and they're very easy to use. They don't always look as great as some other After Effects counterparts, but generally speaking, they're very easy to use. Let's say, for example, I go down here in the simulation category and there's CC Rain. This is a very easy rain effect. If you just want quick, simple, doesn't have to be perfect, even cartoony, it's perfect. It's already auto-animated, and we have a few parameters if we want to adjust this, if we wanted to reduce the amount of rain, if we wanted to increase the speed or decrease the speed. We have some of that flexibility, but we're not going to get completely the professional results we would, say, from like a 3D program or something like that, but still, all in all, a great effect. There's also CC Snow, which does the equivalent except with snow. And so if I press the space bar here, we have nice little snow flurries. A little bit big and not enough depth for my taste, but we can take this away with the amount or add more snow if we wanted to. But it's a very quick, easy way to just make an effect happen very quickly. Now, there's a lot of other interesting effects in the cycore collection, and as you can see, there are many effects in many categories. So I just want to point out one here, like CC Ball Action. This might be like indicative of the variety that you'll find in the cycore effects. Now, at first, this looks like just like a basic Mosaic plugin, right? I mean, it just seems like a basic, it just turns your stuff into Mosaic. But if you adjust the rotation value, you'll see this is in fact turning your layer into a series of three-dimensional balls. And if we go to twist angle and click and drag on the twist angle, we can see that we're actually creating a three-dimensional twist to our mosaic ball pattern structure thingy that the CC Ball Action effect has created for us. So obviously, if you wanted to create some three-dimensional DNA, this would be great. You can scatter this and then gather it. Keep in mind, you could also animate all of these properties as well. So we could have things spinning, moving, scattering, gathering, and variations thereof. Now, there simply isn't time to go through all of these cycore effects. There's over 60 of them. I'm just going to go ahead and click the X to close out of that. And I'm actually going to go over the Effect Controls panel and select this effect by clicking on it, making sure it's highlighted here with this little light-colored box. And then go ahead and hit the Delete key on your keyboard to remove that. Some other great effects included with After Effects in the synthetic aperture category. There's one called Color Finesse. This creates kind of like its own plugin window. It's a very high-end color correction effect. If you go open the keying category, we'll see Keylight. And Keylight, when it's sold separately, retails for like $1,000 just by itself. It's really a tremendous bargain. It's great for removing green screen, probably the best green screen removal tool in all of After Effects. And we'll be looking at that later in this training series. And new in After Effects CS5 is this DigitFX Freeform. So DigitFX is the After Effects plugin company, and they have this Freeform AE plugin, which is now included for the first time with After Effects. So I'm going to apply that real quick and show you this effect. If I go to Grid, I'm going to take rows and columns to 9. Click in here, change this to 9. Open up 3D Mesh Controls, and take the rotation Y value to a negative number, about negative 70, negative 72 or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click about where our castle is. And then I'm going to just drag this out. And what I've done, it's kind of hard to see with the grid, But if I fiddle around with the rotation Y, you can see that I've made the castle just kind of stick out. I'll just click outside here to deselect the layer, but almost as if I've been able to mold and sculpt the layer. So it's kind of like what we just saw with the CC ball action effect, except that here with the freeform AE effect, we can actually have manual control over how we want these pieces to be shaped and to be formed in 3D space. So it's definitely the most control that After Effects gives you in 3D by having this plugin here. We could actually even rotate this along the x-axis. I'll just click 0 for the rotation y-axis. And now we have like a little Matterhorn. So it's kind of a cool plugin, a lot of potential for experimentation here. And so those are the nuts and bolts of the 3D plugins that ship for free with After Effects. Again, they might be on a separate installation on the disk, or it might be a separate download if you purchase this stuff on the internet. But they are there. They do ship for free, so make sure you install that stuff. It's good.